I've had a YouTube page for a very long time. It was used for my medical cannabis infusion. I was making food, edibles, and things like that. But then I turned it over to my hashtag, my docu-murder, in the last 2 months. I'm almost at 10,000 views. Y'all might not believe me pop my motherfucking collar, but you sure are listening to me. Listen to me. And even if you don't believe this bald head black dyke bitch as they call him, that's what Thomas Whitley Jr. called me, Little T-Ray, after he raped me. He would call me that. Utilize it. Because this is the new slavery. This is the new Handsman Tale. Let me tell you this. I read the Handsman-made tales in the 80s. I want to say the late 80s. It's a good book. When the first edition. And then I read the Hunger Games. It wasn't a Hunger Games when I read it. In the 80s, it was called The Lottery. It was a similar book. Similar circumstance where you had to fight for your life to eat. So these books I put in here, and I utilize those names because that is what they call now. Some of the books I wrote were not called the movie names. And I don't watch very many movies, but I read a lot of books. It amazes me. Again, don't keep looking at this face if it does not fit your description of what I'm saying. But utilize it if you have a daughter and a son, and you are an able person, meaning you can go to the store alone and you can do things on your own. Be vigilant. Because whether you think I'm lying or telling the truth, it doesn't matter. Because the narcissist is going to look at you and lock on to you, whether it's a past relationship, a present relationship, a new relationship. You don't know. And for 20 years, I didn't exactly know. I just thought he was a mean son of a bitch. And I just thought Stephanie was a jealous hoe. No. These people got together. And it's not about that. I'm just letting you know what the facts are. Paid to do this to me on a personal level. For me, Antoine and Stephanie, and the rest of them is business. For them, it's personal. They want to look me in my face as I am tortured and cry and feel it like the worst thing on earth. No. I'm going to look you in your eye. Because I want you to know that while this is going on, I know what you're doing. And I want to look you in your face. Because people are forever saying, I treat people how I want to be treated. No, you don't. No, you don't. Everybody got common sense. There's no such thing as common sense. Take it apart. Common? The hell is sense? I can smell, I can feel, I can touch, I can taste, I can hear. Lord have mercy, the lessons that we have been taught, that we carry around like they mean something. They don't. They are food for the fodder. I met Murray Ann Billy, I'm going to say twice in my lifetime, at the trial and as my neighbor. And both times she was creepy as shit, and I stayed away. That's probably why I didn't remember her. She used to look at me all the time. You know, she sat like cat a corner to me. I sat at one corner. Other table, and she sat us up. It was a really big wooden table. It held probably all 12 of us, even though we all didn't sit there at once, but we did at one time, but then we continued to like eat lunch somewhere else and have conversations somewhere else. So after a while, we didn't sit there together. But I stopped speaking to Marianne Boyd during that trial because she was creepy as shit. I'm weird enough. I don't need no other weirdo around me. Nor do I want it. And then I looked at Stephanie in the face and I wanted to say, do you know I was in a trial with that lady? Do you even believe anything I've said in the last 2-3 years? I've never lied to her. I've always helped her, did what she asked me beyond. I couldn't get the same treatment from her, so I knew where our friendship was. I never called on her. She always called on me. She came to my house. I didn't come to hers. So I'm going to say this. She wanted to see my reaction to their torture. She wanted to be a part of it. And she was happy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stephanie Newman and Antoine Mason and my dad, Rodney Bunke Drummond, were happy to see me in distress. Stephanie was so confident in her ability to want me, to breathe in that hate of me, that she recruited her whole family, Vivian Brunson, the middle sister, Moniette Chanel Brunson Stephanie, the little sister. I ain't see Sharon away, which I'm glad. But her mother, who I've called Mama for the last 30 years. That don't mean nothing, of course, but it was a term of endearment. And these people looked me in my face, knowing what they were doing to me. Recruited family and friends. Stephanie recruited the Stephanie all the way down in Florida. Darnetta folk. Keisha Green O'Mallory, I don't know what her name is. Annette. And a host of other people. Stephanie wanted this to be true. And it's not really heartbreaking anymore, but it was to know that Stephanie Octavia Brunson Matthews Newman wanted me to die. It is that simple. And I don't care how many lies she tells. That girl took my clothes when I lost weight. She took my stationary bike. She took everything to put on her to look and feel like me. At the same time, letting people videotape me while they sexually assault me in her goddamn house. Those pink tennis shoes and that yellow wall. Thank you, Stephanie, Octavia, Brunson, Matthews, Newman. You're one of a kind. And I don't care what people say. I'm going to ring your name and ram you all over this world for what you did to me. And you looked me in my face knowing that you are hurting me. And you did not care. Your family didn't care. Our friends, mutual friends, didn't care. And I'm hoping Henrietta Ott is not involved in that too. Because I'm going to rag her fucking name too. And Christopher Ott, he was a witness on that list at Montana Burnett trial. And you are a firefighter. It never even entered my mind. So bring it every day, because I will. Be vigilant, people, because it will be the ones